Okay, let's try this again. Let's see. I need to go here. Perfect. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, I guess we should get into it, huh? Alrighty. This is where we were last time. On Stone Ship. Oh, not what I wanted. Um, I did come back and I practiced this age because I had forgotten what the puzzle was like in this one. Um, so let's see if I can remember how I did it, because I don't remember too much about my practice run. But anyway, this is Stone Ship. You can see there's a lot of water around here. You got water in this area down here. If we go over to the right here and we look in here, there's water here as well. I don't know if you're able to see that, but there's also a doorway to our left here. There's also water in that one. There's nothing over here. We'll come back to this lighthouse in a second here. If we walk up the steps, you can see there's a telescope up here, which we can click. And drag and look around. We see a lot of rocks and stuff, and we see some coordinates, cardinal directions, degrees. I don't know what you call these, but basically degrees around a circle. And we're looking for anything that seems like it might be helpful. And we see this lighthouse, and that looks oddly specific, where you see the lighthouse lines right up with, well, 135 it seems. And I would look around more, but let me just tell you, there's nothing else interesting there, and that's the only thing you need to find out from that, is that the lighthouse is at 135. So keep that in your head. Again, there's nothing we can do here, really. You can turn around, but that's about it. Over here, like you saw, there were these buttons here. We'll get back to them in a second as well. If we walk over here, we can see there's a lot of power lines running around. If we come down in here, we can see there's, I don't know, a light bulb, a ladder up with a lock on it, and we can't get in there. But if we look down, there's a key. Well, unfortunately, the key is too short, or it's got a chain on it that doesn't allow it to come down any farther. So let's remedy that. I think somewhere in the book for this age, hey Chris, I think somewhere in the journal for this age, it talked about this little thing being pump controls. So if you listen in the background, you might be able to hear a pump running. And you see if we press the first one, we can now come down here. It's got this button on the door, and if we open it up, you see we can walk down in here, but there's no power. And we can only sort of faintly see that there's, water outside, it looks like. You could walk around, don't really see much. You can turn to the side, yada, yada, yada. But there's nothing we can do down here just yet. So we have to walk all the way back up, turn in here, come and press number 2. Now number 2, if I remember correctly, yeah, it opens up this area down here. It also opens up the other one on the other side, and we'll go check that out in a minute. So we walk down here, it's really dark, you can't see a thing, you just got to keep going until you see a button. You press the button, open it up, and what do we have here? A bedroom. Now it also said in the journal for this age that Atreus left his sons, Sirius and Achenar, here. So you can assume that this room is one of the boys, presumably, because I doubt the boys would want to sleep together on the same bed. And you might suspect that there is another one over on the other side, and you'd be correct. This room turns out to be Sirius's room, and we'll see Achenar's room. You can tell it's Sirius's room mostly because of how ornate everything is. Sirius is a very flamboyant personality. And also the red motif. You see everything sort of a reddish brown sort of color, and you can already sort of guess that this is Sirius's room. There's also another reason, which we'll see in a moment. Is it in here? If we open this up, it's not in here is what I was thinking. If we open this up, we see a lot of bad stuff. Some needles and some pills and some various chemicals in here that you can't quite make out what they say, but you can guess they're probably pretty bad. You can't do anything with like these screws or whatever. That's what I thought when I played through this the first time, but unfortunately there's nothing you can do with that. You can see that there's, a knife and some more empty bottles. Overall, not a good thing. And a little sculpture back there that does some weird something or other. You can play with that all day long. But why would you? Because it doesn't do anything. There are these orbs to the sides as well. There's one on each side of the bed, and if we put our mouse over it, I don't know what this does. I don't know if that's a reference to something or whatever, but meh. And the other one, yeah. Sorry. The other one shows sort of maybe clouds or something. Sort of, maybe it looks like that. Maybe it looks like the roof in the library back on MYST, but we don't know. So there's a bed here. You can't do anything with the bed. You can see maybe this jungle motif in the background, somebody hunting, yada yada yada. Nothing we can do here. But if we go over to the dresser, you can see that coins, jewelry. There's nothing in that center one. Oop, close up. Right, nothing in that center one. Open up this one. You can see pots and stuff, and you can see fabrics of all various shapes and sizes. I think this symbol comes up in a different age, I believe. I'm not entirely certain about that though, but if we open this up, there's nothing in here. And if we open up the bottom one, we can see a red page, which does in fact confirm that this is Sirius's room. So we can leave here for now, go back upstairs, come out, go around here, come downstairs here. If we open this up, we can walk into Achenar's room. And this remember that Achenar is big on deadly stuff, bone motifs, antlers, etc., etc. Just remember that, because there will be another sort of reference to his style of decoration that will come up in a different age as well. You can see there's poison down here as well, which is, you know, not good. You can tell these boys weren't up to anything very good. You can see a couple of tribal looking masks in here. I think these are also references to a different age. If we look over here on the bed, we can see a blue page, which again does in fact confirm that this is Akinar's room. And if we come to the dresser over here, you can see there's this thing up top. So if we click it, oh, you can see a beautiful hologram, I guess, of a rose. But there's also this little slider, and if you slide it, you come to find out that it transforms into a skull. How scary, how spooky. You can open these up as well. You can see sort of a map here. Can't really make much out. Another map here. Again, can't make much out. You know, even more maps in here. He seems to be really interested in maps. And then this page here. And a final map. Now, if we look at this page here, we can see a note. Something about marker switches on the island. You can't really make much out. But it would behoove you if you were to write this, if you're going through this, if you were to write this down. Oh, hello, Ashley. How you doing? What a surprise! What a surprise! But yeah, if you're playing through this, you'll want to write down what this says because, unsurprisingly, there will be another side in a different age that we'll be able to find. So. So yeah, write that down if you want to figure it out, and it will help you on one of the endings. We can pick up either of these pages. It's strange because this is the first time I think we've seen 2 pages in an age. If memory serves, or maybe I'm just an idiot. Oh, don't need to go up here. But that's pretty much all we can do down there other than grabbing the pages in either of them. But I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. As you can see, when we turned on the second pump control switch, you can see that it flooded back the other area down there. So we'll click the third switch here, and unsurprisingly, if you walk over here, you'll come to find that it pumped out the area underneath the lighthouse here. So you can see the spiral staircase, and you can't open it up or anything, but you see a little valve down here. Now this has been underwater for quite some time, as you can probably remember back. It was filled with water, and unsurprisingly, it's got this little water outlet that you know, like in like coolers or whatever, that allow you to pour out the water. And you can open that up to pour the water out. Now, it's very important that if you want to do anything with this, that you close this valve back up, because that let out all the water. So this is hollow now. It let out all the water. So now that it's closed, it should stay sealed. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. Yeah. What am I trying to say? Oh yeah. Anyway, close that up. We'll go back to the top. We can run out here. We can press the button again to things and stuff, to do the thing, to flood this area back underneath. That's what I meant. And now we can use this. Oop, come on now. Now we can use this key to unlock this chest, where we'll find another key. And unsurprisingly, this key goes to this lock up here. And if we open it up, we can come up here and we can see sort of a nice view. Turn around, we can see a view of the island, and something more important, something that looks like a generator here with batteries, and you can see the battery charge there. So we can press and hold this to have it charge up the batteries. So if we look in here, we can see that it's partially charged up, and it will slowly fill to the top. You can see that we're almost to the top. And once we're finished with this, the island should have power. So I'm going to give it a good half a crank. Yep, that looks good. So we come down here, turn around, come outside, and you might be wondering what that did. And you can see here exactly what that did. That turned on the lights in here. Now, unfortunately, it might have turned, you might think it turned on the lights down here. It did not yet. That's the final puzzle that we need, is to put the lights on in there. So if we press 2 again to unflood, to pump out the areas down here, we can walk down, and as we're walking down, we can see a little panel on the side here. If we click it, it opens up and reveals a secret passageway that you weren't able to see while the lights were out. And you can see it goes back into this room, and we can walk through here, and we can see sort of the outside again in this little compass looking thing. Now we can walk out here and we can see that this should have taken us out to oh, I guess this is the wrong direction. Anyway, not the point. The point is that this actually connects both rooms, Sirius's room and Akinar's room. Now again, if we look at this thing here, remember back to when we were looking through the telescope and we saw that the lighthouse was at 135. Now, if you'll forgive me, I always mess this up because this is a weird number around. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31 around. 32 maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Yeah, 32 around, which is a strange number. It's not all that great to be able to calculate in your head how many around each of these are, like right off the top of your head, because 32, so 360 divided by 32 is not a very nice number. It comes out to, if memory serves, 11.25, I think. And so if we want to find 135 divided by 11.25, that is 12, if memory serves. So if this is 0, so we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if we click on that button there, you'll see that the light's lit up. You can see a bright light shining from outside. And if we come out, oh, come outside, walk up the doorway here, that is how you open that up. Or not open it up, light it up. So if we come over here, oh shoot, we're going to want to grab one of the pages first. I guess we'll grab Sirius's page. Might as well, because we're here. Nope, not there. I want to go here, open up this bottom drawer, come outside, turn around, come out up here, gotta go over here, open up the middle, come back, open this up, come down here, and we open this up, and we can see that things are quite a bit brighter in here. And you can see sort of the beauty of outside. I know it's some really poor graphics. However, you know, it's a lot better than a dark, dungy area. So if we walk down here, we can see a table here. If we turn to the right, we can see outside again. If we turn to the left, we can see outside again. And you might be thinking, okay, what do we do here? Well, if you just touch the table, a MYST book will form itself out of the, I guess, wood. And we open this up, open it up, and boom, we're back in MYST. Now again, we have a red page here, so we'll want to give this to Sirius. Put the page in, we'll hear a nice little whoosh. We open it up. Kind of a long talk there from Cirrus, who did in fact confirm that he is in fact Cirrus. I don't think we've gotten a confirmation yet, only sort of substantiary clues from Akinar in his book. He again talks about how he needs the red pages. Don't trust his brother. Give me the red pages. And you might have heard in there that he talked about being wrongfully imprisoned. Now, if you sort of remember about Stone Ship, where we just were, and where we will go again here, you might remember that both of them seem to have some very evil intentions, as you can tell by the drugs, I guess, in Cirrus's room and the human torso skeleton in Akinar's room. So you might begin to distrust those two, despite what they say. But you have no concrete reason to distrust them. You haven't heard anything yet, other than maybe Atris's comment about them at the beginning of the game, about how they burned all the books and they've gone mad and he had to imprison them. But you don't really see maybe why they should be imprisoned fully. So if we come back here, we can see that that is still powered, I guess. So we'll have to come over here to Akinar's room, open this baby up, walk inside, turn over to his bed, get the blue page, and run back upstairs. Okay, there we go. I don't know what the heck happened there. Run back over here. Do you think we have to, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm going to come up here, crank this buddy down. I don't remember if you have to crank this down, so I'm going to anyway, to light up the downstairs area. Doop, doop, doop. Waiting here for this to turn, and then we'll go see if it's lit up downstairs. If it's not, we might have to do that little find the passage thing. I think we'll go check it out now. Okay, we might have to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. Come up here, turn to the right. Pump out the water from the ship over here. Come downstairs. Open this bad boy up. Go ahead on the table again. Have the MYST book pop out again. Open her up and go back to MYST and give Akinar his page. Now let's see what wonderful insights Akinar will have for us in his little chat. Well, there we have an interesting insight from Akinar, and I hope you all could hear that, because he talked about how, again at the beginning, he talked about how he's thankful for bringing him blue pages, and that we mustn't bring red pages to Cirrus, but he also talked in there about how he's, for lack of a better word, a liar, a trickster, who will try to weasel his way into your mind through his words. Where am I going? Not here. I don't want to go here. And that he tricked him, and he tricked Atris, his father. And he also said that he brutally murdered Atris, which is a shocker to us, which is news to us, because we thought, maybe he was still alive, judging by the notes we found here and the note we found on the trailway here. You think, well, maybe he's still alive, but we hear that Cirrus murdered Atris, which is something we can't really abide for. But at the same time, how do we know we can trust Akinar to tell us the truth? He seems pretty desperate about the pages, so if I were that desperate, I'd want to make up a lie to make myself seem much better and to make Cirrus look much, much worse. I think now the next place we'll go to is, I don't want to do Channelwood because I don't remember much about Channelwood. I don't remember much about Mechanical Age either, but I guess we'll go to Mechanic. To the gears up here. Yeah, the tower rotating. Touch the panel to do the thing. Go upstairs. Open that up. Turn around, go up to the library, or go up to the tower. Okay, we can again look up here to see the gears in view of that slit, that opening in the thing, and we can also see here a couple of things on this plaque. 2 to 40, or conversely, possibly the time 240, and the numbers 2, 2, 1. Now, unsurprisingly, that's actually supposed to be 240 and 221. You might remember the clock tower here on MYST, that island, that small island out in the middle of the ocean that we couldn't get to, and that had the dials in front of it, which is where we'll go next to not there, which is where we'll go next to continue to mechanical. So we head our way on down there, and we find this clock face and these turntables, or turn thingamajigs, and unsurprisingly, the big one is for the minute hand, and the small one is for the hour hand. So we just need to make it to 240. Okay, that's 2, that's 30, 35, and 40. 240, look down here, press the button, and these gears pop up out of the water. Now if we could come over here, we can finally switch on the very last switch marker and open up this door. And we can see this little contraption here with a bunch of gears, a lever, and 2 more levers. If we click these, we can see it turns the thing, and if we hold it, it will turn it more. If we click that, we can see it turns the top too. So if we click that, it'll reset everything. So if we go I think I messed that up. Okay, we need to get to 221. If we click it again, 221. There we go. And we see this little gear here move and open up. We could look in there if we wanted to, but we actually can't. It doesn't do anything, so you might be thinking, okay, what happened? Well, if we walk out here, you might remember that there was a giant gear up on the hill. I didn't go past it or anything or look at it, but you might think, okay, well, the ship came up when the miniature ship over there came up, and sure enough, the gear turned when that miniature gear turned in the thing. So again, there's that thing here, and if we walk in here, we can see the linking book for Mechanical Age, but we won't do that just yet. We will run back to the library to find the, to find the book for Mechanical Age, which is this one. Nope, it's not this one. It is this one. No, of course not. This one. Yep, there it is. And we get ready for a nice little story. Okay. Before arriving in this age, I was determined that it would be a journey to a world very different from my previous adventures. And it was. The sky here is dark and gray, and incessantly displays flashes of lightning in the distance. I met a very old man with a long beard and hair that hangs to his waist. He is very feeble, and has trouble even moving. This man has obviously been through very many things in this strange world, and I have learned many things from him. He has told me an interesting story of this world's history. Years ago, he told me there was a beautiful city that rose up out of the water. It housed many people inside its walls, and the people had everything they wished for. The city was surrounded by 3 high hills, which rose higher than the city. On the east hill of the city rested a large lookout post. The people of the city had constructed the post, expecting visitors to arrive from the east. The people had no means of traveling on the water, which forced them to merely wait for a friend or foe. As time passed, friendly visitors began rumors of an enemy that existed beyond the horizon. The people grew fearful, yet nothing happened. One day, the usually sunny sky became as dark as night, and black ships appeared on the horizon. The lookout post's attempts at peace were turned away, and the sentries there were easily overwhelmed. The ships continued to wreak havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone and everything. After the foundations of the city were destroyed, the city sunk deep into the ocean, and only the lookout post remained. The black ships sailed away. The man continued to say that 8 people had hidden and managed to survive through the attack. In the 9 years since the attack, 2 of the survivors had died. He also said that it was rumored that 10 years from the attack, the enemy would return to finish the destruction they had started so long ago. I have decided since hearing the man's story it would be admirable to save this civilization and stop this enemy's plan of destruction. I am excited about the adventure that awaits me, and an idea has sparked in my mind to provide the needed defense for these people. I met the remaining survivors today, and I have begun work on a plan for protection. After a short absence, I have returned to this age with my 2 sons. They have, as of yet, traveled rarely with me, and they are understandably excited to be here. They have grown considerably since Everdunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be great help this time, instead of the nuisance they have been in the past. All 3 of us, along with 4 of the healthier survivors, began construction today. We are building upon the old city ruins, which will provide a perfect foundation for our fortress. My sons have been spending much of their spare time on the South Island, where most of my materials are stored. I am very pleased with their intelligence, and their creativity is refreshing to see, as they work on some small projects of their own. It has been over 4 months now, and construction is going well. My sons love the world, except for its gray sky. They detest the gray sky, and tell me many times they wish the sky here were like the blue sky in MYST. The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel we will be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett in many ways, and I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. It has been 6 months of work, and we have finally finished the fortress. It rests between the 3 hills, which are now only islands due to a rising water level that the people experienced after the attack. Inside the fortress, I've designed a most intriguing device. It makes use of a technology called holography. I began experimenting with on my visits to Aspermere. It will be working in a couple of days after I compensate for some small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn to use the fortress. The enemy is due to come soon, and I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for all of us. And we can see here a wonderful illustration of the mechanical age and a little demonstration of apparently a track. And you can see that maybe this bridge swings back and forth. We don't know yet. Like I said, I told you that insignia or whatever would come into play later in a different age. I knew I was right. Okay, anyway. The black ships have come. Their attack was substantial. Their weapons have been stopped, and it appears they have turned away in defeat. I could not help but smile as I watched the boats leave. Last night we had a small celebration, and the old survivors danced their dances of old. My sons did not understand why the sky had not turned back to its original blue. The old man told them that the storms would never end until the enemy was destroyed. I assured my sons that a blue sky was not worth the risk of death, and they seemed to hear me. I have had a healthy adventure and have begun to work on a new book. Once again, I must leave a familiar age in search of a new universe I have begun. But first, I will have an extended time with Catherine, whom I miss very much. I must also return to the people of the Tide. I believe in my travels I have found a substance that will ease the pain of their bone ailments that they have long endured. I hope to return to mechanical age one day and find the population growing and my fortress still strong. Though the sky may always be black, I am confident the people here feel a heavier darkness has been lifted from their shoulders. And that is it. We will now head on to... not there, gosh dang it. Head on to Mechanical Age. Again, like I say, I haven't practiced anything on Mechanical Age, and I don't remember much about the puzzles here, so we'll sort of figure it out by ear. I've done the two ages I know best, and we'll start to work on the ones that I don't know too much about. We could see a wonderful flyover again. A very interesting looking age with a lot of water, unsurprisingly. And a lot of gears. Fly under the gear. And here we go. Now that we have arrived, we can see a little thingamajig over here with some symbols. We don't quite know what they do. Obviously, that will come into play as we do this stuff. We can see this area down, and it might look a bit familiar. You can see that this is probably where the stairs in that diagram in the book probably go down. Unsurprisingly, we could look out to the area. We can look back to where we came from, and the only other place we can go is forward into the fortress. Now, this is fairly confusing due to the node aspect, so I apologize in advance if I get lost or if things seem like I don't know what I'm doing, because I really don't. So we can walk around here. We'll come to this area. We can see a box over here. We wind it up, and boom, Cobra pops out. Interesting. And we can also see here some not so nice looking toys on the wall here. A crossbow and a couple of maces and a cudgel, it looks like. Or a couple of cudgels and a mace. See some swords here with a dragonfly and another mask of sorts. I don't think we can do anything with these. We can not do anything here. Yep. We can see again a helmet, another sword, and an overturned chest here. A chain. Not the chest, dang it. I don't want the chest. I want to look at the throne. Looks like a holographic device there. Another mace, an axe, a throne which we can sit in. Strangely enough. Oop, not that. Come over here. Turn to the left. Come over here. We can see a holographic. Come on. Fortress rotation simulator calibrating. Oh, okay, I gotcha. That's how we rotate the fortress. We will deal with that later. There's obviously a secret door there. Not too hard to see. We come back into the back room where nothing good looks like it's happening. We've got what looks to be a head chopping block and a cleaver, a little cage here, which yeah, you can see that it electrifies anybody who's in it, and a blue page back here, so we can probably guess this is Akinar's area of work with a lot more poisons and a mortar and pestle and not a lot of good stuff. We open this up and we see, well, something unfortunate. A skull, it looks like. If we walk back here, there's a button here. Oh. Well, I don't think I wanted to do that just yet. Not just yet. I want to continue exploring and see if there's anything else here. By golly, there is. We've got another room in here, which I guess this is some sort of wind-up thing. Huh. Got a glass here, a chess table. Is there anything we can do with this? I don't know. We can sit on this throne again, and we can see the rest of the room. Come out, we can see a telescope. There we go, that's what you're thinking of. Red, yellow, green. Hello? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Again, I don't know much about this. You can see a replica of the spaceship on MYST Island and Selenetic, and a replica of the boat, the ship for Stone Ship, which looks like it's made out of gold, maybe. I can see a painting of a beautiful woman, presumably. I can see a clock here. Anything, Mr. Clock? I don't know. I don't know. Again, I don't know much about the Sage. I want to walk out here. Okay, apparently not. I guess click this. Okay, well that did something. Do anything over here? Can I see anything in here? What did that do? My oh my. Oh. Yeah, come on. Where am I going? What am I doing? Jeepers, I wish I knew what the heck I was doing, huh? Well, I guess that can't be helped. I guess we'll have to rotate. Yeah, Fortress Rotation Simulator calibrating. Oh, great. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Thank you, I appreciate that, but again, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, well, let's try something else. Because I know we have to. I know we have to. I know we have to rotate the thing at some point because that's like the main thing of this age. But I don't know how to do it from here. Like, great, just get silent. Yeah, that'll do wonders. I don't think that goes anywhere anyway. it's like, what do I do? Like, obviously I know how to, like, maybe something in that downstairs area. Back here. He would run away and never come back. I assume you're talking about... Well, I don't know. I assume you're talking about how this age is frustrating. I don't know. What do you mean by that? Hmm. Aha. Ah, the red page there. There's where it is. And a bunch of gold and stuff. Is this where... Oh, there's a note here. Oh. Oh, okay. Cirrus, your greed sickens me. Your desire for wealth and plunder is never satisfied. I will instruct my subjects not to pay your new tax, and you know they'll listen to me. Regards, Achenar. Ooh, boy. It appears they subjugated some people, huh? And that the brothers weren't too happy with each other. Hmm. Maybe here again. line them up, I guess. Turn back around. Come back up here. I guess we didn't really check out the middle. Ah, I gotcha. I gotcha. I figured it out. Well, I didn't figure it out. I had to look it up. But now that I know how that works, I think we can get a bit farther here. Wonderful. Maybe there's something in the... Nothing there, it seems. Hooray! A different island. Ah. With what seems to be parts of a code. There it is. Gotta get out my trusty pen and paper, huh? Right. I guess. Alright, screw off, you two. Wonderful. So, just got to keep in mind that the last two there are the, I don't know, these spikes in the thing in the half circle. Okay. Wonderful. Alright, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay, we'll come back up here. You will press that again. Excuse me. I think that did what I wanted to do. I always go out the wrong direction, every time. So we'll come up here and I assume we'll find the first two. Wonderful. Oh, there it is. So Good. Alright, so the first two are apparently an upside down horseshoe and what looks like an N, maybe. I mean, it doesn't look like an N, but it's very reminiscent. That's the only way I'm going to remember it. I went the wrong way, I think. Nope. I went the right way. Red page, blue page. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I don't need to go down there. I just, nope, come on. Go up. I guess, yeah, I guess this, if you can hear, it's got the sounds. For the cardinal directions, and that's actually what you needed. That's what would have helped on the Maze Runner thing in Selenitic. I think that's it. I think Clunk is down. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I have a feeling that leads out. Where am I going? Oh, yeah. I want to grab pages before we leave. So grab the red one first. Oh, I guess I probably should have. I don't know. There's probably something you can see in that. Okay. This one. That last one is perfectly fine. That one. That one and the horseshoe, which I just passed. There we go. Bonk. And unsurprisingly, that opens that up. Some wonderful music plays as we get the MYST book link back. And we can give another page to Cirrus, despite our best, yeah.
Wicked brother. He is a man of distorted mind and senses. He disgusts me. Do not release Akna. Thirst for destruction is nigh. Never ending. Bring the red page. Please release me from this prison. Promise you will be greatly rewarded. You must help me.
Another interesting, uh, another interesting message from Cirrus, who again talks about, unsurprisingly, that he wants the red pages. Don't give the blue pages to Akinar, but more important than that, at Akinar's thirst for destruction, something, 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 that he must not be released. But if I help him, I will be greatly rewarded. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds an awful lot like somebody who's gonna screw me over when he gets out. Like, don't take my word for it. Just, that's sort of how these things tend to go down, huh? I've watched enough TV and movies to know that nothing good ever comes from, if you release me, you will be greatly rewarded. All right, time to find the blue page. Well, I say find, but unsurprisingly, it's in this bad room in here. And something I just realized, thinking about this, is that I think I missed one of Cirrus's pages in Selenitic. Jesus Christ. So we will have to run back there real quick to to grab that and get out. And I don't really want to do that because that means I have to go back through the maze runner. But that's what I get for not getting it the first time, huh?
My friend. Bring in the blue pages. I see. Convinced Cirrus is guilty. Pray, do not release him. He will destroy me, just as he did. Innocent bystander. I've been wrongfully tricked into imprisonment. You have observed his unbridled lust for riches. In the 4 remaining worlds, some part it was almost perfect. Final blow to the father. It tricked him into believing that it was I who was the murderer. I didn't murder father. Bring me the remaining pages, please. Liar. All in a liar. Must not be free. What? The remaining blue pages from the last age of MYST. I must be free. Free me. I cannot bear it here for eternity. Free me.
Another wonderful performance by the Miller brothers. We come to find out, I say that as if whatever they're saying, and that everything that they're saying is truthful, but we hear Akinar again, unsurprisingly, tell us that he wants the red pages, the blue pages, or that he wants the blue pages, don't give the red pages to Cirrus, but also that we hear again about how apparently Atris was murdered, and that whoever imprisoned them, which I thought was Atris, but whoever imprisoned them was tricked into believing that Akinar had killed Atris. We don't know quite what's happening, but I don't know about you, but Akinar doesn't seem the most stable, and I mean neither does Cirrus, but Cirrus seems to be a bit more how do you say, Psychopathic. Not here. I don't want to go here. I want to come here. To the Crystal Forest, I think is where I need to go. Ah, yeah, there it is. I don't know how I missed that. Great, now I've got to do the Maze Runner again. I don't want to do that. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. There we go. North. West. North. East. East again. South. Yeah, I don't really like this this one. I guess if you're going through it the first time, it might be fine. We go south again. But it's like, you know, very boring. Need to go west. Oops, wrong direction. Southwest. west to be there. Quite exhilarating, no? Let's see, northeast. Or northwest, sorry. Oh, great. Give me a second. My phone died. Alright, come back online. Alright, come on now. I think northeast is the next. North again. And then southeast, finally. Okay, wonderful. We're about back. And back to MYST. Well, that was a fun little excursion, no? Okay. Cirrus. What do you have to say to me, Cirrus?
With each page I can see more clearly. Soon, free from this horrible prison. You must visit the one remaining age. You have not hunted that beginning. My brother he is guilty. Took advantage of the freedom our father had given us. I cannot forgive him. I ask you again. Not retreat with pages. He will destroy both myself and you, just as he destroyed the other pages. Never will escape. You must safely bring the regiment. Tell them the story that I your wisdom. You will see that I am innocent, and he is guilty. This forgotten island long ago. I will owe you my life, you bring the reward.
Okay, well, that was an interesting one from Cirrus. I know I say that about every single one, but still, this game is charming. It's a wonderful game. I love it so much, and it's they did storytelling so freaking well in this game that like. But anyway, talked about what did we talk about in that last one? I actually don't remember. What did we talk about in the last one? Oh yeah, again, generally the motif of bring me red pages, don't bring in blue pages, but also he dropped in a few hints about how it was Akinar who destroyed all the ages of MYST, which is something that seems pretty. While probably not the entire truth, it seems like that's obviously at least part of the truth. And yeah, it's again wonderful storytelling. And I know that I read somewhere that like at least Rand or Robin, I don't know, at least one of the brothers was really, well, not embarrassed, but definitely like he knew he was doing some apparently cringy acting, which I mean, I don't think so. I think it's wonderful acting that both of them did to convey their characters. Again, 724. That's unsurprisingly going to be the code for the. Come on. For the safe in that little tower thingy. Cabin. It's the code for the cabin. The safe in the cabin. There we go. I finally got the words out. Wonderful. But yeah, this game is like pretty short, which sort of surprised me because when I was a kid, this game seemed like it was this massive, sort of world that like I couldn't possibly hope to deal with, if not, in a couple of sittings, like ever in my life, I didn't think I could ever do it. But 724, I believe it was. Wonderful. Open it up. Find some matches. Strike. Light the pilot. There we go. Okay, what the heck am I doing here? Um, okay, what the heck am I doing? Great. I have no idea how to do this. Hmm. Okay, well, that was... just to let you know, the only reason that I wasn't able to get this was because I didn't go far enough. Wonderful. Now we're so high. See everything on MYST Island. Just kidding, we can only see a small portion. So now we have to go all the way back down. Okay, we need to come back in here. We need to turn this all the way off. Hooray. Now we just wait. Ooh. And the music changes. Find the book to Channelwood, but I just realized that... Okay. I forgot that we need to read the book for this age. Come on, stay where you are. It is this one? No? What the... This one? Nope. This one? Yep, here it is. Unsurprisingly, we're going to an age called Channelwood. Hooray! Let's read up on it. Okay. I've called this age Channelwood, and it is... I've called this age Channelwood, and it is a very different world. Though it is exactly how I imagined it, it is still amazing to see it with my own eyes. Water covers this age as far as I can see, except for the small rocky island. Elsewhere there are only trees, which grow directly out of the water. A myriad of thin wooden passageways are built just above the water and disappear into the forest. I assume they were built some time ago, for they appear aged. I am eager to discover more about this land and its people, but I have arrived here late, and I must rest. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to the one on which I had slept. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading in my direction. They had not seen me yet. Okay, whatever. I did not feel threatened by their presence. The response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began what appeared to be some sort of ceremonial worship. I tried to speak to them, but they did not understand my language. Instead, they indicated through enthusiastic hand motions that I was to follow them. As we walked, I began to notice that the waters below us were changing colors. Slowly, subtly, they would change from deep blue to muddy orange, and from muddy orange to beautifully clear. I was so intrigued by the water I had hardly noticed that I had arrived at a ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to their village, which was about 10 meters above the water, and can only be reached by rope ladders that stretch from the lower paths to the village level, approximately halfway up the grand trees. It is very interesting watching these people carry out their daily tasks. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. At sunset, they motioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures to the doorway of an enormous hut. Strangely, once inside, I found that the hut appeared even larger than it had been from the outside. The walls were garnished with bright metals, and in the center of the hut sat the leader of these people. At least he appeared to be their leader, for he sat a meter off the floor in a thick throne. Guards surrounded the strong creature, who was dressed in many exotic, colorful fabrics. Next to the leader sat a very old human. At least to some extent he appears human. His hair, which was only on his face and head, was completely gray, almost white, and hung very long around his frail body. His thin head hung limply by an almost grotesque neck that could not hold its head up to look at me. But what a surprise! This creature could speak my language. Shortly thereafter I was given a bed with some hand motions that looked to be telling me to go to sleep. I look forward to learning more. As I suspected, the ancient creature is a human, but he is old beyond his own reckoning, and seems almost insane. However, the tree dwellers almost revere him as a god. They are treating me now in the same fashion, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. It is almost impossible to understand this old man. His voice is feeble but wild. He has adopted much of the language of the tree dwellers. He himself told me he had not spoken our own tongue in ages. He attempted to explain to me the history of this place. The following is my best translation of what he has told me. Many years ago, the humans and tree dwellers lived together in this place, which was then a vast island. They interacted very little. The humans dwelt on the ground, and the tree dwellers lived high above the humans. Occasionally, the island was disturbed by mysterious rumblings which happened randomly. Some sort of tectonic or volcanic action, I suspect. The sometimes slight, sometimes heavy tremors would only last a short time, then they would stop, allowing everything to return to normal. One day, things changed. The rumbling began and grew quickly to unprecedented levels. Soon it became apparent that the entire island was sinking slowly into the ocean around them. Many of the humans died that day, but not before sacrificing themselves in order to stop the sinking of the island. The humans who lived through this catastrophe moved into the trees where they gradually died out, maybe because they were unequipped for such an environment, but I am not sure. This is the story the old man communicated to me, although many details are very unclear in my mind. I am especially confused as to how the humans saved the island from completely sinking. In fact, I doubt the accuracy of that part of the story. The island must have stopped on its own. Yet the old man believes in the truth of the story as if he had been there, and the tree dwellers worshipped him, and apparently all humans, as if they were heroes or gods. The old man ended our conversation today with an event which I will never forget. He began gripping my hands tightly, murmuring something about rest and asleep. He then said, "We had expected you to come sooner." These actions filled me with a sort of immediate dread. With much effort, he stood to his feet. I tried to help, but he pushed me away with more force than I imagined his frail body contained. The tree dwellers quietly surrounded him with very solemn faces. They then kneeled before him. He walked to each and placed his hand on their heads. All the while he murmured words which I did not understand. Finally he turned to me and smiled. Then he closed his eyes and walked out of the door and off of the narrow path high in the trees. The tree dwellers were silent. They began a procession down the nearest rope ladder. As I was descending, I saw several of them pick up the body. He had fallen onto a lower level of the walkway and carry it away. He was laid down at the dead end of a short pier-like structure. With the use of some potion on one of the tree creatures lit the pier on fire, and I watched as the flames engulfed him. As the strange funeral proceeded, the waters around the pier changed to dull green. This morning I awoke, finding it hard to even believe the previous evening's events. The water is a dull green for as far as I can see now. For some reason the water no longer shifts color. As I wander throughout the pathways, the creatures watch me, curious to see what I will do next. They are constantly offering me strange objects of affection. I even found food outside the doorway to the room in which I had slept. This is a unique race of beings. I hope to learn their language soon, so that I may learn more from them. I have lived on this world for 3 months off and on, and the tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I'm even beginning to learn bits of their language. I decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and my sons, and hopefully return with them. However, I am sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think the Sage would be a wonderful experience for them all, and I at least look forward to how Cirrus and Achenar will react to its curious inhabitants. Catherine is staying behind as expected. My sons have returned with me, and they enjoy the Sage very much. They get along very well with the tree dwellers and are picking up their language surprisingly fast. I have no doubt that it will not be too long until they can speak with the tree dwellers much better than myself. I am leaving tomorrow to check on Osmoian age. Cirrus has suggested that I allow him and his brother to stay. Though the idea unsettles me, I know the boys are growing up rapidly. The hospitality of these creatures is such that I could think of no better place to leave them alone for a short while, so I will consent to their request. I warned the boys not to take advantage of the respect the tree dwellers have for their ideas. They seem to understand my warning, and I have faith they will follow it. Much to my dismay, upon arriving in Everdunes, I learned that Pran and her people are continuing to be menaced by the Chachtik. Whatever. I fear for their survival and plan on returning to her shortly after checking on Cirrus and Achenar here. See Everdune's journal for more information. After watching Cirrus and Achenar, I see they are handling things very well, and I think I can put to rest any fears about leaving them in Channelwood again, and for a little longer time. The tree dwellers seem slightly distressed that I am leaving, but are happy that Cirrus and Achenar are staying behind again. I've been gone for over 3 days, and have been to many different places. I had to tell Cirrus and Achenar about Pran's death today, and they were visibly shaken, although they only remembered her from their childhood. Catherine has suggested it would be wise for Cirrus and Achenar to leave Channelwood for a while, and I have to agree. They will be returning with me when I leave again. I have told my sons that they will be returning with me in 2 days. I spent the entire night telling me of an adventure they experienced in my absence, and it was rather remarkable. It seems they constructed a boat with the creatures and traveled some ways out into the surrounding waters. I enjoy hearing them talk excitedly of their adventures, and am reminded of my own adventures as a child. Stop creaking, you damn chair. I finally understand why the tree dwellers have been giving me their many inks and insisting I write with them. Looking through some of the past entries, I see now that the inks have changed from the black I thought they were to various different colors. I've shown some of the creatures my journal, and they laughed and howled. I did not know how they had such a sense of humor. Keepers. Even now, as I look through this very colorful journal, I cannot help but laugh myself. We will be returning tomorrow, so my sons are with the creatures for the last night here. They have told me they would like to come to Channelwood again, and also asked if they can visit some of the other ages alone. Though I will have to think over their request, I believe they have proven to me that they are trustworthy and responsible. Catherine will also have to help me decide whether they are ready for travel alone. For now, I must give my farewells to the creatures, for I do not know how long it will be until I visit the Sage again. We see a nice little map of the age, it seems. Some windmill fans, it looks like. A little hut diagram. And that's about it. So now we get to go to Channelwood. Hooray! Hooray! Okay. Waiting for the elevator. Wonderful. And we get to go to Channelwood. See the wonderful flyby. The Sage. A lot of trees. Ooh, through the things, through the propellers. How fancy. How fancy. Now, as unfamiliar as I was in Channelwood, I am even less familiar as unfamiliar as I was in Mechanical, I am even less familiar in Channelwood. Yeah, I didn't think so. You got these pipes on the floor. Like I'm pretty sure I know the puzzle. You've got to get like I don't know gasoline or something through these lines and into the right place. But I forget. Like I don't know the specifics. So I guess we'll check every single like long bit. Don't want to go over there. Okay. All right. We can. It looks like we can come up to this little windmill up here. We can find a little. I guess it's water. Yeah, I guess it's water. I guess this whole thing is hydraulic powered. I'm sorry, not gasoline, water. You can see it gets pumped up from the lake here. Hello? There we go. You can hear it. Do we want to go over here first? I don't know where we want to go first. There's that over there. I think I want to see if I can't. Okay. Comes together. Oop, wrong direction. Aha! A nice little bridge. I don't know what this does for me, but oh good. That stays open. I was really afraid that wasn't going to stay open. Okay, well that does nothing. I guess. I guess we gotta go back and do something else, huh? I guess maybe over here. Oh, maybe I had to close the door to go up. Huh. Ah, Toshi, what's up, man? How's it going, man? It's been a while, my dude. Welcome to the stream. See these huts. Huts, and that's where we came up from. I want to go right here. Yep. I can see You can maybe hear outside a lot of people decide they want to freaking rev their engines, bro. See a lot of messed up stuff. Yeah, lots of work, dude. I can feel that. Yeah. This area is confusing. I'm not smart enough. Okay, come over here. Chuck an Ewok off the top. Well, I would. You know, I would, but unfortunately, everybody in this age is dead. Where am I going? Okay, well, I guess we gotta go downstairs. Yeah, someone beat me to it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's go up here. Um. Oh. That that wasn't supposed to happen that quick. Because there's stuff in this age we haven't seen. We haven't seen either of the pages. Do I... Yeah, geez, that happened a lot quicker than it was supposed to. Because right back there is where the MYST book is. Okay. Alrighty. That opened that up. Okay. Back there. Aha! There we go. That's how you do it. And now we're up here in the higher levels where we can find Cirrus and Akinar's room. And we can see a hologram of Akinar saying something in a, I presume to be the, something I presume to be the language. And you can see if you click on this, it's a bit of a deterrent, some might say. Open up Cirrus's room. See a blue page over here. Hey, this is Akinar's room. We can see that same thing there. If we open this up, let's see what it... Chuck him off. Yeah. You know, I would if I could, but he's actually stuck in a book. Which is, you know, maybe a bit more fitting. So, unsurprisingly, if we come in here... that same... Yep, so unsurprisingly, whatever button you press on there, it will, know what I wanted. What the heck? I want to go here. That's where I want to go. I think this is still Akinar's room, actually. Unsurprisingly. Number 3.
I hope I pushed the right button, my dear. What a very interesting device you have here. I'm not erasing anything important in my life. Remember, he is preparing. Take only one page, my dear brother.
Interesting. I don't know what that's about, but No. If we go back here, I think this is Cirrus's room. Yep, a lot tidier than Akinar's room. Open this up, we find a red page. Some vials of ink. Nothing we can do with that little globe there. Oops. Can we look at anything over here? A sink, it appears like, maybe. Some sort of something. piece of something. Cake maybe, and a knife. And an empty drawer. Anything in here? Aha! So, remember back in Channelwood, we found the first half of that page. And if we were to put these together, it basically says there's a secret, turn on all of the switches on the island, and then turn off the one on the dock. And something interesting will happen. And something interesting will in fact happen. Ooh, nice little dagger thingy. So, if we open this up, we'll grab the red page and let's see if I can find my way out of here. And again, this is the last red page for... Yeah, struggle. I went the wrong way. Went too far. This again is the last page for Cirrus, and the blue page in there will be the last page for Akinar. So we'll go down here. Open it up. Run down the steps. Don't run down steps, children. You will hurt yourself. Wonderful. Come over here. Change that. Not where I want to go. Come on. Read my mind, dang it. Yeah, this is the one. Come on, stop turning off, damn it. Yeah, it's definitely the fun part. Okay, open it up, go back to MYST, boom. And we will put this page in Cirrus's book. You ever seen anything on MYST, Toshi? We will see a wonderful new cutscene from Cirrus.
Finally returned. I owe you a debt of gratitude, for you have nearly released me. My name is Cirrus. I trust that from your explorations you've become convinced that my wicked brother is guilty, and I am innocent. It is I who am wrongly imprisoned here. Imprisoned by my father. I don't know who you are, or how you came to this island, but I assume you must at least know something of the books. His father was a master of books. He wrote hundreds of them, all describing and linking to the fantastic places and ages which he had discovered. The room in which you now stand was our father's library. It was here, in this room, on this island named MYST, that he housed most of his books. Such a waste. By now, you have surely discovered that Akinar is burnt into the Our father was always watchful of our explorations. We grew up under his strict supervision. But when we came of age, he gave us unbridled access to the MYST books. He began to leave our adventures more and more unchecked. Supervised as we were, my brother began to become disturbed. He began to take more from the MYST ages than he had given. Soon he gained a twisted pleasure from the conquest and destruction of the other ages. It was horrific. His thirst for destruction. But alas, even I discovered his insanity. He had completely destroyed all of the MYST ages but 4. I wasted no time. In warning my father, I thought he would recognize Akinar's guilt. But in a fit of rage, he imprisoned both my brother and myself within the pages of these books, designed to hold us until he could judge which of us was guilty. Discover the truth Our father embarked on one final chapter. However, he has never returned. I can only assume that he perished along the way, leaving me an innocent trapped forever. But now, you are here to release me. Listen carefully. You must find one more page and I will be forever free. There is a book on the shelves. This library, which is mostly burned, but has a few pages still intact. It is the last book on the middle shelf. Find it. This book is filled with a variety of patterns. Find pattern 158 and recreate it on the door of the fireplace. This will bring you to the last red page. Bring that page to me, and I will finally be released and able to reward you, of course. Ignore the blue page. That page finishes my brother's book. Chills me to even think what would happen if you were to release him. There is another one. Where the red and blue pages reside, also resides a green book. If you touch the green book, you also will be imprisoned forever. Our father gave us this same warning long ago. I suggest you follow his advice. Go now. Soon we will be face to face.
Interesting. So of course we've now basically finished Sirius's book, and he told us a nice little, not advice. He gave some information on how to completely finish his book by, of course, finding the book on the last book on the middle shelf and going under the fireplace. But we'll do that after we hear Akinar's side of the story. We did hear a bit of story, yada yada, doesn't matter really. Anyway, Toshi, first time hearing of MYST. That's I say unfortunate, but yeah, this is a pretty old game. It's made by Cyan. It's, as you could probably see, sort of a puzzle exploration type game. It is a classic, and it was at one point the highest selling video game of all time until The Sims, the original The Sims, beat it out. But yeah, this is a game that, like, I don't know, I don't want to say defined my childhood, but like defined my childhood. And it's a really great game, really fun, wonderful ideas. So yeah, welcome. Yeah, I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, this game has, surprisingly, yeah, definitely. It's a game that, despite being the highest selling game of all time for, like, I don't know, I think it was like a decade almost. No, for a long time, but a long time. The highest selling game for a long time. Not a lot of people have heard of this, or like, not a lot of people talk about it no more, which is sad because I love this game to bits. But yeah, surprisingly for this game, there's actually 3 endings to this game. 2 bad ones and a good one. And the 2 bad endings are non-canonical in that within the story that spans across, because this game's got a bunch of sequels, in the story that spans across the games, the 2 bad endings are not like what actually happened. I say in quotation marks, and the good ending is what actually happened. But we'll go for all 3 of them. I'll show all 3 of them. Okay, the water's still pumping and flowing, bopping and booling. It sounds like it. Boop. Bopping and booing. Yes, you always want the good. Oh, gotta close that up. Yeah, yeah. What was it gonna... Oh yeah, we gotta come over here to get the blue page. Yeah, anyway. I was saying something. What was I saying? Toshi, what was I saying? What was I talking about? I don't know. Anyway. It'll come back to me. Or it won't, you know. Whatever. Oh yeah, endings. I was gonna say something about the endings. What was I gonna say about the endings? Yeah. The Cirrus told us about the green book where the red and blue pages are. And that green book is, unsurprisingly, they're lying. It's not actually a prison book, and it won't like imprison you if you touch it. That he just doesn't want us to touch it because that's how you get the good ending. But anyway, let's hear from Akinar. I hope you can hear what they're saying. Is the audio level good for that, Toshi? Okay, wonderful. Because I'd hate for you not to be able to hear it.
Hello. I'm glad to see that you've returned to help me escape from my wrongful imprisonment. It was Cirrus who did this to me. Cirrus, my wicked brother. Do not listen to him. I warn you. He's a liar. Do not be persuaded by his evil lies. Do not believe him. Kill my father. He will kill you. Began when my brother Cirrus began to lust for riches. He stole from the ancient MYST. He only riches for himself. My father slipped away his watchfulness. My sick brother secretly pronounced himself king. King of the ages of MYST, he said. He began to look upon me in disgust. Slowly, brother! Eat him! Cirrus began to destroy the ages of MYST. Burn their forest. He pulled down their structures, flooded their lands, murdered their inhabitants. Destroyed all the core of the ages. Of course, I had a woman father. I finally found him. There was Cirrus also. Talking cleverly. The lying tongue of a serpent. He convinced father that it was I who destroyed the ages. He convinced father that it was I who was greedy for wealth and plunder. Cirrus dealt the final blow. He tricked father into believing that I was the murderer. Cirrus did not yield as fast a blow as he planned. His father died a slow death. He last doubted my brother's clever lies, and so in dying, father imprisoned us both. I'm sure from which of us the blow had come. I swear to you what I say is true. Release me. My brother is a liar. He deserves punishment. I wish vengeance on my dear father. Murder. Believe me. Only recover one additional page to release me from this prison. Easiest to find. Gold bookshelf. It's in this library. On the far right side of the middle shelf, there's a burned book, which is different from the other burned books. Still the pattern, fine pattern 158. Mimic its design on the panel in the fireplace. Doing this will bring you the last page. Remember, page. Only the blue page. Return quickly to me. been warned. Not to be tempted when you rot and die, imprisoned as I am. I tell you, follow my instructions. It'll be well worth your while. I promise you that. Go.
Okay, and we've got some conflicting accounts of what happened. Cirrus says that Atris went off and, I don't know, went to go right the wrongs of his children, but Akinar says that Cirrus killed him. And now we can finally go and find this book on the end here. And we can see all the pages. And we've got to scroll all the way over to 158. I'm not entirely certain if any of these other ones do anything. I doubt they do. But I haven't looked that far into it. 158, almost here. 54, 56, 58. So, I've got to write that down because I'll take a picture of it. Boop. Okay. And, not wrong button. Let me out. There we go. And then we can go back under the fireplace, press the button. It goes up like that. Yep, that looks right. Up here. Down there, and then like that. Yep, that looks about right. Press the button again. Ooh, spooky. Turns around. Pop open. Oh, the story of the dad. I guess I should give you a... You know what, we'll back out. We'll go back in, and I'll give you a quick rundown. And I'll show you a couple of things. The dad's name is Atris. Hold on. Get out of here. Started this journey down here, and we walk up here, turn around, go up here, and we find this page on the ground to Catherine, Atris's wife, telling us about how he left a message in the Ford chamber and told us the code we needed to find it. So we'll come in here. And the code needed to find it is the number of marker switches on the island. So we had to go over here, and you can see other stuff, whatever. There's 8 marker switches on the island. So if we come down here and we play this. Oop, come on, play.
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect Akinar, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in the places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return. But if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. Oh, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, wait, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
Wonderful. That was Akinar. Jesus. That was Atris, the father of those 2 boys. And he is he is a member of a race called the Dunny, who write books that allow them to travel to places they call ages, which were like the places we just went. So like Channelwood, the places all the trees and the water, that is an age that Atris wrote, and allows them to travel to it in a process called linking. He had two sons who grew up to be not very nice people, as you can probably tell. They burned all of the books on this library shelf here, except for a couple of in the KKK Blues Clues style. I don't know what that means. What do you mean by KKK Blues Clues style? I don't know what that means. Am I an idiot? Probably, but yeah. I know what Blues Clues is. I mean, yeah, I guess it's kind of like that. Where am I going? What am I doing? Oh, I forgot that one. Not that one, that one. Oh, sounds like it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess it's kind of like that. Yeah. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Okay, no, I gotcha. Okay, the linking. Yeah, it's like that. It's like you jump into a picture. Okay, I gotcha. No, I figured it out. Okay. All right. Yeah. Linking is like, yeah, jumping into a picture kind of thing. Yeah. Um, yeah, and so his sons burned a bunch of the books that he had made, including these uh, so-called linking books, which linked them to the ages, and well, before that, they plundered all the riches from them because they're greedy little sons of guns. And the father is nowhere to be seen now. So it's like, you can only take the only information you get is from the two brothers, which you obviously don't have much reason to believe. I'm going to save it right here because this is right before the ending. So, resume. So, Toshi, which ending do you want to do first? The red or the blue ending? Cirrus or Achenar? Blue? Okay. Come over here. We put the final blue page into the blue book. And what's this?
Oh, yes. Oh, I feel alive. How do you feel, my friend? But nothing here. Perhaps pages you worked so hard for. What? Yes. Oh. Perhaps y'all see the world from my point of view. Yes. Oh. We'll rescue you someday.
Yep, that is exactly right. You trade places with Akinar. And unsurprisingly, the same also happens with Cirrus. But we'll still do that anyway for posterity's sake. I think that's it. I think you just stay here in this quiet abyss forever. Until you load the game. So we'll load the game. Pre-ending save. Load that up. Oop. Yeah. Yeah, you trade places and he gets to go run off and, I don't know, kill his brother or whatever. And trap him forever, or whatever he wants to do. And he gets to go free. And so, of course, these are both the bad endings. Freeing either of the brothers is the bad ending. So, oop. Yep, that looks good. Nope, apparently it doesn't. Ah. There we go. Alright. We'll grab the red page, see the red ending.
Yes, I'm free. Oh, thank you, my friend. My dear friend. You've done the right thing. You stupid fool. It looks like perhaps you're in the book now. And what have we here? A page. Oh no. I hope you enjoy your new home as much as I do. I can't see you. Nobody left there. I hope you're in the booth. The library looks much the same as hello. Oh, I can know.
And there's the Cirrus ending. To answer your question, Toshi, it depends on which game you're playing, because they actually sort of retconned how these books work in later games. But the answer in this game is no, there was nobody in them before them. It was a book written specifically as a prison book to like trap somebody in, and it was empty before the brothers use them, and I don't know exactly how. I don't know exactly how they expected it or how they thought it worked here, but I think the reason they got imprisoned was because, of course, they were greedy, so they opened up the books and they wanted to link to them, to like go into whatever age that was, to steal more stuff from it, but that they were tricked into linking into them and being trapped. I don't know if that's how they expected it, but yeah, there was nobody in them before. Yeah, and again, like I say, in later games, they sort of retcon how the books those books work. But yeah, now we'll see the start of the good ending.
Who the devil are you? Don't come here to Dunny. Not yet. I have many questions for you, my friend. As you no doubt have for me. Where should I begin? Perhaps my story is in order. My name is Atris. I fear you've met my son, seriously. Through books. This island. In my library. Oh, contains my works, my writings. I wrote many books. Books that lead me to fantastic places. It's an art I learned from my father many years ago. But the red and blue books, those were different. I wrote those books too. Trap over greedy explorers. I'd stumble upon my island MYST. I had no idea my own son was being my sons. Seriously, we journeys together. We gave them rain books. Perhaps I could see the greed. I had not told them about red and blue books. Their imaginations went wild. They dreamed of riches and power. Of course, they did not know those were traps. Begged for access to these books, and I, of course, denied them. They devised a plan. I had no idea to what extent they progressed. Their own mother. He was their own mother. Oh, my dear Catherine. To lure me here to Dunny. Of course, I could return to MYST, except that remove a single page from my MYST. I cannot return without that page. You, my friend, bring that page to me. I pray you believe my story, but the lies that my sons have told you. Ready yourself to return that page to me here in Dunny. I will go to MYST, bring justice to my sons for what they've done. I must return to my writing. I pray that you believe me. Please hurry. Bring the page. The page with me.
All right, and there we find Atris. We didn't know what had happened to him up until this point. Now we found out that his sons apparently tricked him into linking through this book into Dunny, and that he's trapped there because they took out the pages, or one of the page from the book, and now we can't return back. I think if we click on this, you get another bad ending. So we'll see. Okay. Well, we'll see this bad ending.
face to face. In the page, did you bring the page? Who are you? Oh. Did you not take my warning seriously? Welcome to Dunny. Do not leave forever.
And there we have it. That's the. I guess there was 4 bad endings. I didn't remember that being one of the bad endings, or I didn't remember that being an ending. Hello. Okay, there we go. Yeah. If you come to Dunny without the page, obviously you're stuck there, just like Atris. And we see this nice big cavern here, and some rubble over here with some stuff we can't really interact with. And we see a photo on the floor. I think that's of one of the, I don't know, producers or something, somebody important on the floor there, like IRL. But anyway, we will now load for the last time, I believe, this pre-ending save, and we'll go find that page. Now, if you remember back, several minutes ago, we talked about how we found that page in Channelwood and earlier in Stone Ship, but I don't think you were here for that, Toshi. But anyway, it basically said that you need to switch on all the marker switches and then switch off the one by the dock. And lo and behold, opens up for a white page. And unsurprisingly, this white page is what we need to give to Atris to free him from the Dunny book. And for probably the last time, we will do this. Spin around. And give the book to Atris. Hey, buddy.
Ah, my friend. You returned. And the page, did you bring the page? Ah, give it to me.
Perfect.
You've done the right thing. I have a difficult choice to make. My sons have betrayed me. I know what I must do. I shall return shortly.
Blue Skidoo, we can too. And he's back.
It is done. I have many questions for you, my friend. But my writing cannot wait. I fear that my long delay may have already had a catastrophic impact on the world in which my wife, Catherine, is now being held hostage. No. In reward, I'm sorry, but all I have to offer you is the library on the island of MYST, the books that are contained there. Feel free to explore at your leisure. I hope you find your explorations satisfying. You will no longer have my sons to deal with.
Okay, and that is that. That is basically the end of MYST. You can now roam around the ages. I don't think anything else has changed. The only thing that has changed is well, seems to be a bit of a scorch mark where the books have been. But yeah, I think that's it. That's everything we need. Yeah, again, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else that we need to do. We explored everything. We did basically everything. There's no real like side stuff in this game. It's all pretty straightforward. Everything has a purpose. We could go back and look at all the cool little details or whatever in the ages, but I think that's it. I guess because there was sequels to this game. A bunch of them. There was, in fact, 4 sequels to this game. Well, 5, depending on how you count it. And I do own the second one, so I plan on. I plan on playing on streaming that game, the second one, sometime. Maybe later today, possibly, maybe not. It's late. Probably not. Maybe tomorrow. But anyway, yeah. I think that's it. I think that's everything that there is. So, Toshi, what did you think? I know you weren't here for long, but thoughts? Well said, Toshi. Well said. Ewok. Heck yeah, dude. If there were Ewoks to throw off those tree bridges, then you know your buddy would do it. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm done streaming for today as well. So, thank you all so very much. I appreciate everybody's attendance today, and I appreciate your patronage. We'll probably come back tomorrow, I hope, with some of the second game, maybe. I don't know. Stick around. If you can join us, Toshi, that'd be wonderful. But anyway, thank you all. Have a good evening, and peace.